Right now at 10, Wisconsin paychecks could be getting bigger, but there's a catch. And water rates could spike in Eau Claire. How much the proposal would increase prices. Plus, why La Crosse city leaders gathered for a special session away from City Hall.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown. Ken has the night off. The Wisconsin Assembly passed a bill eliminating taxes on overtime and tips. The measure now heads to the Senate. Single filers could claim up to $12,500 per year and joint filers up to $25,000. The bill excludes individuals earning more than $250,000 or families earning more than $500,000. The tip tax elimination would run from 2025 through 28.
They can pay their bills, they can maybe spend in other restaurants, or they just have more take-home pay. So that's always a benefit to anybody who can have more dollars in their pocket.
The Department of Revenue says the state would lose an estimated $6.7 billion on tips and $150 million on overtime per year. Now, if the bills pass, workers in Wisconsin would be able to subtract those from both federal and state income taxes. The La Crosse Common Council held a special meeting tonight, not to vote on policies, but to focus on how council members communicate with each other. News 8 Now's Jadius McGee joins us in the newsroom with what they're hoping to accomplish. Jadius.
Yeah, the meeting was all about improving how the council works together, especially when dealing with difficult discussions. Council President Tamara Dickinson called the special meeting, saying the goal is to create space for more open interaction.
I think just the fact that we're together in an off-site space, that we have a chance to interact in a little bit different way. And it's not about voting about something or taking a position on something, it's about how to work well with each other.
The council brought in a communication expert to give advice on how to navigate challenges, as well as strategies for working more effectively as a group.
Communication is how anything gets done, right? And so any way that we have that we can help to improve that is going to increase the likelihood that our council can work together as effectively as possible and therefore make a positive difference to the community.
Now, council leaders say they hope by meeting today they can strengthen communication and work more effectively as a council as a whole. Live in the newsroom, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Jadius. Developing news out of Minnesota, the DOJ serving grand jury subpoenas to Governor Tim Walz, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, and Attorney General Keith Ellison. It's part of an investigation accusing the officials of obstruction of federal law enforcement. It comes as anti-ICE protests continue almost 2 weeks after Renee Good was fatally shot. Governor Walz responding on social media saying in part, quote, "My focus has been protecting the people of this state, not protecting myself. Minnesota will not be intimidated into silence, and neither will I." A La Crosse man suspected of being involved in an armed robbery case appeared in court today. 26-year-old Braxton Sullivan pled no contest and was found guilty of burglary and intimidation charges. 3 other charges included armed robbery and recklessly endangering safety were dismissed but read into the record. Sullivan and 2 other men allegedly tried to rob victims on Redfield Street last June over a $10,000 drug debt. Shots were fired when they didn't get the money. Sullivan received 5 years probation and must complete 100 hours of community service. An Eau Claire man accused of killing someone while driving drunk has entered not guilty pleas today. Anthony Reyes faces charges including homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle and first-degree reckless homicide. The 27-year-old is accused of fleeing police twice before crashing into Jack Ritchie's car on West Claremont Avenue. Ritchie died in the crash. In Eau Claire, a public hearing was held for a water rate increase. Last July, the city submitted paperwork to the state to hike costs. Right now, residents are billed quarterly and pay $77. The hike plan would raise bills by 20%. Now, if approved, the increase would start May 1st.
Well, some have a little bit of light snow going on right now, and it's going to continue for some throughout the nighttime before the morning commute wraps up. And if you look outside, La Crosse has got a little bit of light snow going on, some haze. Winona, Eau Claire, unlikely not seeing much in the way of just cloud cover, and temperatures, as I stated earlier this evening, they're fairly steady or climbing a few degrees too. So it's going to be kind of a mild night. We haven't dealt with these temperatures for a while. Now, overall, the radar looks fairly bleak, but as you zoom in, we do have some areas further south. A lot of it's not being picked up, but we are seeing a little bit of light snow. You can see Preston there drop down to a quarter or under a mile. So they're picking up accumulation on the roads. La Crosse too, as we kind of zoom into this area. You can notice overall road conditions are fine. You go up to Hoka, those are actually seen a little bit of accumulation also in that area, and up to Winona too. So overall, we're going to see this visibility continue, but for the morning commute, maybe a few slick roads south of I-90, but otherwise very quiet. Very pleasant actually for this time of year to see finally 12 degrees above in the morning. We'll get up to 21. We won't see much in the way of precipitation for La Crosse until really the afternoon. Eau Claire, once again, fairly mild morning compared to what we've used to lately. We'll finally get up to about 18 with snow beginning to spread across the area by noon as that wind begins to turn around to the southwest. We do have more snow throughout Wednesday evening. Then things turn deadly dangerous, as you could call it, almost for the cold that'll be coming in Thursday night through Saturday morning. We'll break all that down a bit later.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Greg. Well, due to the colder weather expected later this week, Amtrak is canceling several train routes. Some of the Borealis and Empire Builder services are affected from Wednesday through Saturday. No alternate transportation is being provided, and passengers should check Amtrak's website for rebooking options. A News 8 follow-up on Alaska Police Chief Charles Ashbeck retiring today. A farewell celebration took place at City Hall. Ashbeck was in law enforcement for 30 years. During his career, Ashbeck served as Chief of Police for 19 years, with the last 6.5 as the Onalaska Chief.
Sometimes I feel like it hasn't been that long, but then I think back of different situations or incidences that I responded to, and I think, wow, that was 20 years ago. So I guess I have been around for a while.
Assistant Chief Tim Berg will serve as interim chief. Ashbeck says a permanent replacement will likely be named in the spring. UWL Chancellor James Beebe giving his spring welcome address this morning. Beebe touted the school's record enrollment numbers as well as the school's priorities for the future.
We need to make sure that we continue to be a university where people are the priority. Why are we so successful? We're so successful because we focus on students, and we're so successful because we have people that care about the work they do.
Beebe also said the university is ready to launch its UWL Forward Plan, which will prioritize the community to continue advancing the university. Winona State University breaking ground on its newest residence hall. Foundation Hall will help meet the growing students' housing needs, offering 340 beds with air conditioning, private bathrooms, hammock spaces, and a patio.
It's to give students an absolutely best quality experience. You know, students are in the classroom anywhere between 12 to 15 hours a week, but for those students who are moving, or freshmen and sophomores who are living on campus, we need to give it so they feel they're comfortable and that they have a great place to live.
The hall is set to be ready for students by the fall of 2027. Still to come, President Trump's latest foreign policy push as world leaders prepare for discussions at tomorrow's summit. Plus, Netflix making a bold move, what the streaming service is now offering to acquire Warner Brothers.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, more companies are going shoe-free in the workplace for some good reasons. We'll tell you more. Nicole is tracking a wintry Wednesday. We'll have the details when we see you at 5 a.m.
Are you finding bathing and bathroom business has gotten more difficult? Bad hips, bad knees can pose a problem. Just getting up and down can be risky. There is a simple, affordable solution. In just a day or two, you can have a beautiful new walk-in shower, safe and easy to care for with grab bars, a handheld shower, and a seat if you like. Set an appointment with one of our designers to plan your new bath. Better products at lower prices because we care. The Board Store.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Curious about adjustable beds? Many people are. At Home Sleep Express, our sleep specialists make adjustable bed buying easy. We offer the largest selection of in-stock adjustable beds in the upper Midwest. Queen starting at $399, paired with top name brand mattresses at the best prices, guaranteed. Plus free white glove mattress delivery and installation. If you suffer from restless nights or discomfort, experience the benefits of better sleep with an adjustable bed. Come feel the difference for yourself. Visit Home Sleep Express at Home Furniture or homefurniture.com. The best place to find an adjustable bed.
Actor Timothy Busfield will be released from jail without having to pay bail while he waits for his trial on child sex abuse charges. A judge made the decision during today's hearing to determine whether Busfield should remain in custody. Busfield faces charges for allegedly touching 2 child actors inappropriately on the set of The Cleaning Lady while filming in Albuquerque.
So many of the affidavits and so many of the letters of support say this could not happen because there were so many people around. The kids didn't say it happened when they were alone. And we see every day that sexual abuse with children can happen in front of several people.
Now, according to the criminal complaint, 68-year-old Busfield has not entered a plea, but denied the allegations when interviewed by investigators. Well, it's been 1 year into President Trump's second term, and he held a wide-ranging press conference. But while he talked past achievements, Europe is addressing his current bid to seize Greenland. CBS News' Erica Brown has the latest from Washington.
President Trump marked the first year of his second term with a lengthy, wide-ranging White House press conference touting his accomplishments.
But these are the accomplishments of what we've produced, all page after page after page.
It comes ahead of the president's high-stakes trip to Davos, Switzerland for the World Economic Forum, where he'll meet with European leaders on his push to control the Danish territory of Greenland. Earlier Tuesday, the president posted a doctored image of an Oval Office meeting showing a map of Canada and Greenland covered with the American flag. His threats to seize Greenland have worried global leaders, with some expressing concern that the push could destabilize the NATO alliance.
You're crossing red lines here. We either stand together or we will stand divided. And if we are divided, there is the end of an era of 80 years of Atlantism is really drawing to a close.
We stand firmly with Greenland and Denmark and fully support their unique right to determine Greenland's future.
Some lawmakers have criticized President Trump's treatment of some of the U.S.'s closest allies amid his efforts to control Greenland.
It's time to cool this down and stop. Threats against Europe, against NATO, are not in our national best interest.
And California Governor Gavin Newsom urged European leaders in Davos to push back.
Well, this is diplomacy with Donald Trump. He's a T-Rex. You mate with him or he devours you. They need to stand tall, stand firm, stand united.
President Trump is expected to deliver a keynote address at the summit on Wednesday. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
The Supreme Court heard arguments today about a Hawaii law limiting guns in places like shops, gas stations, and bars. The state law, dubbed the Vampire Rule, prohibits people from bringing a firearm on private property open to the public without prior permission from the owner. 3 plaintiffs argue the law violates the Second Amendment. The case centers on 2 key constitutional issues: private property rights and gun rights.
A lot of what we hear this morning is trying to figure out what is our nation's history and tradition. And there's, interestingly, a great deal of discussion about property rights. What do private property owners really have the ability to say when it comes to whether or not somebody's going to walk onto their property with a firearm?
A ruling is expected by the end of June. We'll have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, we got snow going on, milder temperatures Wednesday, but then the dangerous cold starts settling in Wednesday evening and last likely through Saturday. We'll break all that down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
We see you out there coming up with original ideas, which is why you shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Because you know that when a spark of inspiration hits, we'll have the brands and supplies you need at prices that'll help make it happen. Like 6-piece Milwaukee multi-tool blade kits, just $24.99. Peak premium antifreeze and coolant, $11.99 a gallon. And these 3-panel LED shop lights, just $3.99 each. Find the value you need to bring your ideas to life. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Up here, we do things a little different. We march to the beat of our own drum. We don't shy away from the cold. We face it head on. And any challenge that stands in our way doesn't stand a chance. Up here, one brand stands alone. Ford. Now, get $2,500 bonus cash on a new 2026 Ford Explorer. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
We are very fortunate to have our mom in our lives. We rely on Medicaid to pay for her long-term care. When I learned that it might be cut, I met with Representative Van Orden. He promised that he would never cut Medicaid. He even signed this letter. Then he turned around and he voted for the largest Medicaid cut in history. It's absolutely devastating. We need to tell Congressman Van Orden, stop raising our health care costs.
The easiest way to furnish your cabin is at Black River Furniture Outlet. Bring the outdoors in with a handmade dining table set, crafted from the finest woods like hickory, walnut, maple, and barnwood. Shop cozy Amish rockers and upholstery, or Wisconsin-made easy sofas with customizable fabrics. Pair it all with a cabin rug, 5x8s, 8x10s, scatters, and runners available. And before you leave, visit the bed shed. Check out our rustic bedroom groups and bunk beds, as well as our Amish office furniture. Open 7 days a week, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Breaking news related to President Trump's trip to Switzerland. Air Force One returning to Joint Base Andrews due to a, quote, minor electrical issue. We will share more information once it becomes available. Now let's send it over to Greg for our first alert forecast.
Yeah, basically we still got snow going on, but for the advisory situation, pretty much all the advisories are to our south, but we will see some slick roads possibly as you go down towards Crawford County, adjacent areas in Iowa, even Richland County. That's where I think more of the accumulation will happen, but throughout all the areas, you could see a little bit of slick roads through the morning commute given the overnight snow, but it's not going to amount to too much, and you're going to wake up to fairly mild temperatures compared to what we've had. That's even the better news. Overall, you see radar right now. A lot of this isn't picking up on the very light, fine snow that's fallen across the area. Temperatures holding steady into the teens or have actually come up a few degrees for the most part. Not in the way of much snow as you go further north. Basically Winona, so everything pretty much south of the area, pushing to the east. The big picture is this little low pressure system is lifting north towards Chicago. That's why most of the activity is generally in that direction. The one that we're watching up is just north of North Dakota and Canada. That's going to dive southeastward, eventually getting here by the afternoon, and obviously some colder air behind that, but that's not quite the start of the cold air. Overall, here's your activity right now pushing across. It'll last probably for a few more hours, really till about 2, maybe 3 a.m., and then really all this will push to the east and pretty much be done with. We should have a quiet morning, and then we'll have activity start to develop probably around 10 to 11, maybe 12 as we get closer to Eau Claire. That'll lift north, and then we're going to have this little band start to set up. At some point, it's going to come through the area. Right now, it's got it pushed further south. I think it might be actually a little bit north, further north. That'll come through to the evening commute. So the evening commute between about 3 to 6 is when you could see potentially 1 inch to 2 inches come through the area. Beyond that, the winds do pick up after 6 or 7 p.m., so then we could deal with a little bit of a blowing and drifting problem, and then you start seeing these streaks line up, which are snow showers that will continue throughout the evening hour. That'll actually continue overnight. We'll see breaks and then kind of waves coming across, but the big story would be the winds, but not too much in the way of accumulation throughout Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Still, road conditions could be slick all the way through Thursday morning given that. This is the amount yet to come for tonight. Not much else really for the area to speak of. As we go to tomorrow, that's when we're going to start seeing a little bit more accumulation. And it says 1 to 2 across the area, but I think you might get a few areas that pick up that 2 to 3 inch depending on where that band sets up. This comes in a far shorter period, so that's what we'll have to keep an eye on. But overall, we'll see a little bit more throughout Wednesday night into Thursday morning, but not significant amount of accumulation to be expected. So that's what we're looking for. Snow. We'll pile up a little bit on that. Temperatures, this is the good news for Wednesday. We got the 20s back in store, so close to average. Get out and enjoy it because it'll be at least a week probably till we see these type of temperatures once again. Thursday's not quite the start, at least in the first half of the day. Well, with the teens, but then your winds will start picking up in the northwest in the afternoon. So we'll start seeing breezy conditions Thursday afternoon. Temperatures fall, wind chills start coming. That's when the dangerous cold starts settling in behind a cold front that will come through Thursday. And that's why we got the alert day conditions here. Really, the big story is the wind chill will probably be the worst Friday morning because we'll have the strongest winds that could be 40 to 45 below. The coldest actual ambient temperature will probably be come Saturday morning when we get close to 20 to 30 below. And both days, Friday, Saturday, we're probably going to stay well below zero. In fact, some areas may stay 10 below zero. There's your stream watch. We're going on. And temperatures right there, a lot of teens and even 20 below zeros. And that's what we got coming. And it's going to last at least through Saturday night and then improvements through Sunday afternoon. And next week, too, we'll get back kind of in them, as I kind of said yesterday, more manageable, I guess you say, temperatures with really fairly dry conditions, too.
Yeah.
So overall, it's very typical January conditions to speak of.
And I think a lot of the U.S. is going to be feeling this with us this weekend, right? The South's getting an Arctic blast.
They're getting a major significant system down there, too.
Right,
so
right.
Everyone's
So we're all in this together. All right, coming up next in sports, a Packers defense back, released just weeks after acquiring him. Plus some important matchups on the hardwood, including a couple of battles of top teams in the MVC. Jacob is up next.
While you're busy, your pup can play all day at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Safe, supervised fun with friends, plus plenty of exercise and love. Because a tired dog is a happy dog. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Where there's a flooded basement, musty crawl space, or wood rot, there's an answer. American Waterworks. For more than 30 years, American Waterworks has been solving homeowners' toughest waterproofing problems. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
You know what's on my mind? It's butt cold out here and I don't have any heat at home.
Well, gotta have heat, Einstein.
Up yours, smarty. I just don't know who to call.
Jacob said Chuck used a local company. The Primary Colors, the good one?
What?
What?
Huh?
Well, there's your sign.
Jeez Louise.
Moron.
Hey, putz.
Called GNC. For the best seating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $6,100 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus get $3,000 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the Central Riverhawk girls entered the night with a 13-0 record on the season and the top-ranked team in Division II. But tonight they were welcoming in the Aquinas Blue Golds, who were going for their 120th consecutive conference win. One of those streaks will come to an end tonight in one of the most exciting games of the season. First half action, a scrum in the middle of the floor, but Central gets it, and they find a wide-open Malaya Simpson who knocks down the three-ball. Riverhawks in front, and they were feeling it early on. Alana Simpson starts to drive, but puts the the defense in a blender. Mid-range shot is money. Then a few minutes later, it's Simpson again. Tough defense, but better offense. Central will lead by 7 at the break. But in the second half, the Blue Golds would wake up and would start it with defense. Adelaide Besmick jumps the pass. It's going to end up in the hands of Samantha Davis, who goes off glass for an easy 2. Then Ava Fernholz would get her teammates involved. The pass to Liv Dickinson, back to Fernholz, back to Dickinson again, wide open for 3. Cash it. Blue Golds take the lead, and they would start to pour it on. Fernholz in transition. Nice pass to Davis for another 2 points. Riverhawks would keep it close at the end, but Aquinas uses a big second half and wins their 120th straight Mississippi Valley Conference game.
I trust every single one of my teammates. I know if they miss one, they're going to come back and either hit the next 2 or miss one, make another one. Like, I'm not going to stop passing them the ball. Like, I have confidence in them, and I want to instill that in them when they don't have it.
And following the girls, the Aquinas and Central boys facing off another competitive battle. And out of the gates, Blue Golds look strong. Logan Becker, nice spin move here, gets the shot to go. Aquinas in front early. Central hanging around, though. Gabe Service with a shot that's off, but Joey Pataski there for the rebound and put back for 2. Then in transition, Jordan Calvert through the contact, gonna get it to go. And the Riverhawks were feeling it. Will Schilling coming up here with a little turnaround mid-range. You bet. Riverhawks score the upset, 74-52, the final. Elsewhere in the MVC, it's Sparta hosting Toma. Spartans sophomore Dylan Ziegler gets the scoring start as he muscles his way through the contact for the second chance bucket. Then a few minutes later from downtown, Jackson Bender connects from long range to cap off an 11-4 run. The Timberwolves would claw their way back in it. Quinn Gerke's triple try is pure. Toma trailed by just 1 at the half, but the home team would find another gear in the second half, and Sparta takes this conference battle against their rival Toma by 10. Some other boys' scores on Alaska remains perfect with a win over Winona. Holman cruises by Logan. Westby gets a good win over Luther. And GET, no troubles with Black River Falls. And on the girls' side, Holman defends their home court against Logan. Bangor picks up a key win over Hillsboro. Blair Taylor gets a win over Melman. And Pepinalma also victorious in Dairyland play. Avalanche hosting Black River Falls on the ice tonight. First period, home side draws first blood. Jack Barth is going to get to the loose puck and rip a shot that finds the twine. 1-0 hosts. Wouldn't take long for the Tigers to answer, though. Calvin Lukowski hits Andrew Gunderson with a great pass, and the junior slots it home. So we're tied at 1 entering the second period. Then Micah Vale gives Holman Aquinas the lead once again. And shortly after, Aiden Dirks is going to add to the advantage as the Avs take this one 8-3. And over the last 24 hours for former Prairie du Chien Blackhawks star athlete Blake Thierry, as he can now call himself a national champion after the Indiana Hoosiers won the college football playoff title game last night. Thierry utilized his red shirt this season, but the former Wisconsin Small School Offensive Player of the Year will certainly look to make an impact on the field next season. Big congratulations going out to Blake. And some news out of Green Bay today. 19 days after claiming him off waivers, the Packers have released cornerback Trayvon Diggs. The former 2-time Pro Bowler recorded 3 tackles in 2 games with the team and took just 1 snap in the NFC wildcard game in Chicago. Had Green Bay have wanted to keep Diggs, they would have owed him $14.5 million in 2026. Now, there is a chance he signs back for a cheaper deal, but the 27-year-old defensive back will now hit free agency for the first time in his career. All right, that's going to do it for sports. Stay tuned. We've got more news coming up next.
A big part of my job is building relationships with people, and being the team you can trust means being here for you.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
We are Western.
I'm Jordan Rudolph, and I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. As our mission to serve and help have a positive influence on so many people, we can't thank you enough for having our back and helping us spread that mission forward into helping more people in the area.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your goals and for 10 years of support.
We view people as more than a before and after.
We're in your corner through the ups and the downs that life has to offer because we know that they'll happen.
To see if you're the right fit for us or if we're the right fit for you, head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
In the heart of Wisconsin dairy country, there's only one place making cottage cheese, and it's right here in Westby. Since 1903, Westby Cooperative Creamery has been farmer-owned and community-driven, crafting wholesome cottage cheese the same way for generations. And with a new investment in modern technology, we're ensuring our tradition continues, fresher, safer, and more sustainable than ever. Westby Cooperative Creamery, the only cottage cheese maker in Wisconsin. Farmer-owned, Wisconsin proud.
A big part of my job is building relationships with people. And being the team you can trust means being here for you.
Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
The National Archives is sending 10 historic documents on tour for America's 250th birthday. The collection includes George Washington's signed oath to the Continental Army and the Treaty of Paris that ended the Revolutionary War. The documents will fly to 8 cities, including Detroit, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Houston. I'll have to tell my friends about it back at home to go check it out. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys. Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly. Go on. Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Bag huge savings on automotive products that help keep your vehicle on the road. Prevent diesel fuel from gelling in colder climates with Howe's Diesel Treat. Only $10.99 when you put it in the bag. Peak 50/50 antifreeze and coolant provides your vehicle with year-round protection, and it's compatible with all vehicles. Pick up a 1-gallon jug for $6.99 when you put it in the bag. Hurry in for bag sale savings now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order.
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
News 8 Now and Co-op Credit Union are taking part in Chase the Chill.
Chase the Chill is a project across North America that provides warm clothing to people in need. Scarves, hats, and gloves are hung on trees with notes on them, letting people know they can take them.
Co-op Credit Union and our community are conducting our own Chase the Chill campaign from December through February.
Together, we can keep our community warm this winter.
Make your donations of scarves, hats, and gloves at our La Crosse and Onalaska locations.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys. Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly. Go on. Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
All right, we'll still have snow south of really I-90 tonight. Could be some slick roads in the morning due to overnight snow. The next one is Wednesday afternoon, evening, another 1 to 2 inches. And then dangerous cold starts at Thursday night. Now, the last time we've actually had high temperatures, oops, and I skipped over that. I was going to say the last time we had temperatures that were less than -5 which we could see on Friday, was back in 2019 for lacrosse. But last year, Eau Claire was -7 on the 25th of January. So
Okay,
we
so-
did see some of this last year.
Yeah.
We just didn't have a cold start to the winter like we had
No,
this year.
not like this. This is something else.
Yep.
All right, that does it for us at 10. Have a great night.